Okay, and welcome. So this is my first video with me speaking. So yeah, voice reveal, nice. So in this video, I'm gonna be touring my park and showing everything I have here. I know it hasn't been that long from the last update video on this park, but yeah. So we start here in the beginning. So yeah, this park was pretty weird when I started it, because it wasn't supposed to be a park at first. I just wanted to test to make a road that is curved and stuff. So yeah, but then it just went on and became a park. So well, firstly, we can start from my money farm. It's pretty bad money farm. It's super big and very inefficient, and yes, but it's a money farm and it makes money. But yeah, there's nothing too special about it. I can make a video later about money farms and stuff. So well, firstly I can show you all the other stuff that is in the park. So here I have some teleporters around the park, and there where it's just players list. And yeah, yes, and then here I have some testing area where I do all kinds of funny stuff. But let's start here. I got a lot of likes, as you can see, over 125 pages, and if we go to the very end, so here you can see the first people who have ever liked this park. So here are the first few people who have liked my park. Very good, and you can see 914 days, so it has been a long time. Here is some other facts, I mean stats about my park. So playtime is almost 2000 hours, and park created over 900 days ago. Here I got some status. So Tihmen, I don't know how to say his name, he has visited, and I also have Cozy here. So that's pretty cool. And then of course Mr. J, very good guy. And yeah, and some other people just that have status here. You can see here is all the nature, and like the thing I really love about this park is that I have made all the like back behind the like scenes, or I mean behind the area that the guests are allowed. There is a lot of other stuff. So for example, all of these, every single one of these trees have supports and stuff, and they are only in the positions where they can be seen. So when you go here and are in first person, you don't see any of the supports and stuff. Yeah, and I'm just gonna so yeah, now we can continue. Here is the gates that open, and I mean this is like super unrealistic. Like, why would a theme park have like this small of a parking lot and some random gates here? But anyways, I don't care. So basically how this work is, these are image panels, and it's an animation to yeah, it's basically an animation. So when I trigger the animation, it just opens it and closes, and here is the proximity sensor that detects the player. So when I go in this, it starts the animation. So that's basically how it works. And here inside is the sequencer that shows the image thing working. Yes. Oh, and one more thing over here is that here is the maintenance road. So this is the road that all the guests come in and do their stuff, but here is the maintenance road for the staff and maintenance people. Yeah, so this goes to this area over here. Yeah, and I'm thinking I could make cars like here. I could put some cars in the parking lot and also here, but these are pretty small parking lots, so I probably have to remake these parking lots. But yeah, and maybe I would also remake these like the drop-off area for like guests that come with cars and stuff. But yeah, here is the main area of the first area. These are actually pretty old buildings, like over 2 years old, so it kinda shows like they aren't as good as I would make them today, but yeah. So yeah, and here is some other and there is a lot of these where you can get to where like the staff can get to the behind areas, and someday I'm gonna make like gates here, so the guests can just walk here. And there is one, and here is one more. And another thing I really love is this like lower down door. This looks so good. Yeah. Then we could get to the main entrance. This is pretty weird because like this is the most weird entrance ever. So firstly I just made the basement, I mean like the foundation thing, or these brick arches, and wasn't even thinking what I'm gonna put on top of it. And yeah, and it was for a long time it was just this foundation thing, and then later I added the train station because I figured out that trains would be really cool and it would be nice to have a train station right at the entrance. And another thing is that because I thought of this like after I built all this area, there was a very little room to build this. So yeah, for example, here is the entrance to the train station, and yeah, it's pretty alright, but when I first made this, I only made the entranceway and completely forgot that people are also gonna get out. So I made this door over here so people can get out, but then there was the problem that this area is outside of the main entrance, so the guests need to get back into the park basically, because this isn't like officially the park. Yeah. And later I'm gonna add the people over here who are gonna sell the tickets, and of course the things that let you through. Then there is, oh, and as you can see there is these trash cans and lanterns that I just designed and copied everywhere. They're all the same. This is 69 objects and this is 85. Yeah, it's weird that the trash can is more objects than this. Yeah. Over here, this is gonna be like the main city area. I'm gonna put some like restaurant over here and some outdoor tables on this plaza, and yeah, and all of these blue things are gonna be buildings someday. I'm just very slow at building, so it takes a long time to build all this. Also another thing I'm very bad is coloring. I have basically like 2 same colored buildings because I didn't like I couldn't think of any other colors. And now oh, and I really love this little corner over here and the tree. It really makes this work. Here is like the 2 of my least favorite buildings. I made these pretty quickly and it shows they are like super weird and like, what even is this? There is like windows here and 2 doors there, like why? That's so weird. Yeah, and right now most of my buildings don't have any insides except this one which has a restaurant inside, but none of the other ones, but over here I'm gonna make some buildings with inside, not all of them, but some of them. Yeah. And over here we have the train station, like entrance area and the ticketing and all this. And there was a problem because I wanted windows over here, but if you look from outside, these two are doors, because when I built this building I made doors here for some reason, and I'm probably gonna change these to windows, but I just haven't done that yet. So right now from inside it looks pretty weird because there is just one window, and then another problem is that the windows are pretty high, so the roof is in the way and it looks pretty weird, but yeah, I'm gonna fix it someday. Then yeah, so I only have one ride in this park at the moment because I haven't yet made any other rides. The coaster, we are gonna get to the coaster later. Then here we have the restaurant. I still have to copy the tables upstairs, so that's one thing I gotta do. And here is the old richest people. I should actually delete this because this is old and not accurate anymore. Then here is the kitchen. Got a refrigerator here and like some other stuff, and of course cucumber, because why not? Yeah. And this ventilation thing actually goes outside to a AC unit, and that's pretty weird because it's like stove exhaust and shouldn't go to a AC unit, but who cares? So here we have the restaurant. These are actually pretty cool. I didn't make these image panels myself. I don't actually remember where I got these from, but yeah, these are like super cool image things, and yeah. Then this building is under construction. It's also gonna have one ride inside with train station inside, and there is some other stuff I've made. So yeah, and this train actually has a problem right now because if we follow the tunnel, these sand balls are here and they are here because of they are the like little ponds like edges, and so yeah, and basically what that means, I have to somehow make the train go around it, and haven't made that yet. Yeah. Oh, and one more thing is now, yeah. So now we can get to the back areas. Here is the first back areas I made. These are like, this looks more like a construction site because I made these pretty, like, I don't know why I put all this stuff here, like they would be making these, which is kinda so like basically what these are like just the behind areas, and it's not like a movie scene or anything, it's just like the behind of the buildings. And I know it's not the most realistic because usually they have like whole buildings behind here and not like just open area, but when I first made these, I didn't really like care about, and I thought this looked more cool, and I like that it's visible from somewhere. And basically I designed this park so that when you are in first person you shouldn't see any of the like like the behind the scene stuff, and yeah, and basically what that means, for example there because you could see like the building from like this building, I had to put this like blue things in the way so you don't like see the support stuff behind it. And yeah, and this is actually something like Disney parks actually do. They have like walls of like green and blue to mimic like sky or nature, so like behind some stuff that the guests could possibly see from some angle. Yeah, and I also could have put that over here like the blue, but it would have looked weird. And also I could have a building over here, but that's a lot of work, and maybe I do that someday, but it's a lot of work to copy this to the other side. Yeah. So yeah, and then if we go inside here, you can see there is the train stops. This I made pretty lately, yeah. And yeah. And then in like these behind areas, there is also some like storage room for all the props. Like here is some snow cannons and track pieces, and this is a little bit better than the like construction site that we had back there, but I think it's pretty cool and there is a lot of stuff everywhere. And these I also really like yeah. And yeah, here comes the like road, like the maintenance road. Yeah. Then yeah, and here is also like there is like these paths so the people can go work on these, and I really don't know why would they need to get over here, but these just look so cool, so I kept them. And one more behind us we have is, if we go inside here, we have this, which is also for the staff only. And here I have the black walls, so when the door is opened you don't see like the area, so that's why there is like these black walls over here. And then yeah, and this was so much easier to make because this I made with the copy and paste tool, and like all of this is made just by piece, so yeah. So that's why this is a little bit more detailed. And one thing is that all the scenery for the coaster is also like supposed to be just scenery, so it all needs the support structure behind, and that's what this is. Yes. Then if we go over here, well we can get to the, oh yeah, okay. So then the coaster, this is gonna be a big project to make, and I have only made like a small portion of it, and it's gonna take a long time, but yeah. So the ground is gonna have a lot more like nature and foliage and all kinds of stuff here. I just haven't made all that yet, and a tree and trees and stuff, but I first gonna make the terrain, like the mountain and everything, so before I can do that. And yeah, and these mountains actually have a little bit of gradient in them. I think the gradient makes them look a bit better, so as you can see, the top is lighter, and here bottom these are pretty dark colors, and here is the whole color palette I used for the mountain. And the same thing is over here and here below. Here we have this little pond, yeah, and like a water stream down, and this is actually, I really like this. So there is like where the water flows, and then a kind of for to the drainage of the town. And I really would like to make more of these drainage things, maybe in the future when I get to it. Yes, and here you can see some of the pre-made plants, so these I made with the copy and paste tool when it came, and I can later show you all the props and stuff I've made so far. And basically, because this park is pretty old, most of this is made without the copy and paste tool, but yeah. Then the coaster supports, yeah, they are just supports, nothing too complicated. And actually these connection pieces have like the thinnest of lines in between of them, and like I don't think anybody's ever gonna see that, but now at least you know that they are there. And also I couldn't really make these connection pieces like they are supposed to be in like the real coaster, but I think these are pretty close, and yeah. And actually the bolts down here are actually hexagonal. I couldn't make them hexagonal here because of the item limit, but down here I was able to make them. over here, yeah. So that's the coaster supports pretty much, and here I'm gonna make like the, usually these have like a path next to them, and I'm gonna make that later, but haven't made that yet. Yes. So a lot of the coaster is missing like the terrain, and over here I haven't even made the mountains like this yet, so this is still gonna take a long time. And basically, if you think like what are these things in the ground, these are like cracks in the ground. Like I'm gonna make a like ravine over here, and there's gonna be like a glow below, and yeah, that's gonna be super cool when I someday get that done, but that's gonna take a long time. And over here, this is the coaster maintenance area. I mean, like where the maintenance buildings are gonna be, and like the storage for the train guards and stuff. So that's for this area, but yeah. Then we can get up the mountain. So here is also gonna be like custom terrain, so that's why it looks weird at the moment. But I really don't know like what this is supposed to be like, if this is a theme park, and overall this theme park is like really strange, and yeah, I have been making it so long and have a lot of different ideas and trying to put all of the ideas in one park, so it's pretty strange at points and messy, but I think it's cool, and that's why I'm continuing. So this was supposed to be a castle at first, but and it's kinda is a castle. There's like the castle stuff over here, but it's really not that castle looking. Looks more of a, like, I don't know, church or something. And also, like, it's so weird because it's supposed to be like a castle, and over here it looks like a church, and it has like, I don't know, wizard tower, and it's pretty strange, but yeah. So, and I really like this because the support thing for the tower went right into the path, so I just made this wooden thing so people can get around. And this is like really like cinematic spot on the park, and I really like this, but yeah. And then there is the other tower, and this tower doesn't have like the inside part, like nothing inside of it, but his tower over here actually has stairs inside, so you can get to the top and all the levels. Like here's the first level, and yeah, and also on the roof of this building, I mean this roof, and then you can get all the way to the top of the tower. Yeah, then there is this little path that goes, and this is pretty old. This is like very old, so yeah, someday gonna make something over here. I don't really know what I'm gonna make here, but yeah. And there is a lot of other stuff, and maybe the last thing I can show you is the prop area over here. So here is the coaster support stuff, so all the stuff I used for the coaster, and yeah. Then there is my trees. I'm mostly gonna use these 4 trees for the coaster scenery, so mostly these trees. All these others are just for other stuff. And the stupid thing is that these trees are already like at the item like the limit for the copy and paste tool, so I can't really make any bigger trees, or I can, but those are gonna need to be like custom trees, and that's pretty annoying. But I think I can make it, maybe, if I like someday, but that's gonna take that's pretty stupid, and yeah. Then here is a rock. I realized when making this rock that this was way too much work for one rock, because these are basically just triangles that are aligned exactly right, so that there's no seams and stuff, and it was really annoying to make, so not gonna make more of these, but there is one rock, and then there is some fences, yeah, I really like actually this fence, and yeah, and of course the trash can and lantern and a door for the inside parts. But yeah, I think that's pretty much the whole park. So yeah, bye and see ya in the next video.